So thank you again for tuning into my channel today. I'm Inspired Grizel, and on here we share stuff on love, on relationships, on God, on worship, on music, just pure good stuff that will encourage you to be the best version of you that God created you to be. Okay, so this is a part 2 of how I met my husband, how I knew he was the one, and our love story, just our journey together. Okay, so just a quick recap. Like I said, I knew him right when in the university and back then in 2008, but like really a bit talking and close by 2010. Yeah, so we're just keeping in touch on and off, but it never and ever crossed my mind that would be the man I will marry. One of the reasons was because I'd always told God, I don't want to get married to a pastor. I don't want to get married to a doctor or an accountant. I don't want those two serious people that will not have time for me because I'm a bit on the emotional side. I just love and pretty. Love is beautiful. Yeah. So that's it. So yes. Okay. So if you've not watched the previous video, go ahead and do so. Right. Part 1. So this is part 2. So when he kept in touch and my friend said that to me, I was like, okay. I was just enjoying my singleness. I know it's gonna happen because I knew that God is faithful. Now with God, what I believe was this: in my church, there's a 3 months probation before you get married, but you should know each other for. It depends on you. I'm not one of those for the timeline and things. But if you think you know the person well enough and you think that this is what God wants you to do, go ahead. So I think sometime by March, April, May, like that. He wrote to me. He kept in touch that time, and that was it. And I remember the specific day. I really didn't think. I was just like, okay, he's checked on me before, and now he's a pastor. He's doing his stuff, and that's it. And I slept this specific time because for me, God speaks to me through my dreams. Not always. He speaks to me in different ways. Hearing God, that's another topic on its own. It's a process. So now God told me. I had that dream, and in the dream, he was there in my room when I was a little girl in my father's house, like in the village there, all right? And in that room, he came with a wedding list already, well, like a traditional list, and he was on the bed telling me we're going to do this, we'll get some materials from here, I think somewhere from Nigeria and stuff. And in the dream, I was totally like shocked and surprised. I'm like, he's just coming to see me for the first time. I'm really talking about marriage list and this and this. And he just lay on the bed smiling. And when I woke up, man, I was like, God, please, what are you saying with all this? What's going on? I know you don't just bring people in my dreams like that. What is this? And same day, for some reason, as God arranged it divinely, he called me. And he said he just wanted to check on me. How am I doing? He was too formal, like super formal. We are friends, we talk, right? But this time he was talking to me and putting ma, yes, like too formal. I was like, okay, no, this is not right. Something is off somewhere, but I really didn't know what it was. But a part of me, that dream was like ticking in my head, like beam, because I know God. I know when God is speaking. And when I woke up, I was like, God, please, what's all this? I really don't understand what's going on. And the next day, following that, I had a similar dream, and it was about him telling me he wants to get married to me and things. So when he called me that day, he told me, he said, when are you free? When can we talk? He was too formal. I'm like, what's going on? Why are you too formal? So I spoke to one of my friends, a mutual friend we have. I'm like, I beg, he's too formal. What's going on with him? And he called me like on a Monday and asked when I was free so he can call back. And I told him, he said, okay, he'll call on a Sunday. And I'm like, what is it you want to talk about that you have to give this space, this time space to call back? I knew some things were going on, like in my spirit. I was beginning to, put a few things together. My friend then, she said, I've told you what if God wants you both to get married? What if he wants to ask you to be his wife? I'm like, I beg. Me, pastor, please, let's not go down that lane, right? And before I knew it, he couldn't even rest. Few days after he called, and he told me that this is it. I froze. Now, I already knew, based on my dream, that this is what is coming and this is where God wants me to be. But I just felt like, no, I needed more proof. This is not it. So when he said it that day, I paused. I thought, you know what? I'm going to get back to you on this. But in my mind, I'm calculating, I'm going to love this person? It's as well. I mean, it's a fine guy, really, really cute like that. But I mean, I knew for a fact that if I have to miss it anywhere, it's not in marriage. So I was taking my time. I was really, really taking my time. And I went back to God in prayers, and God told me, I already spoke to you about this, right? You know that I spoke to you. Now you're coming to me as if you don't know. And then God told me, go to Ruth, read the book of Ruth 4 from 17. And that was when, Boaz had to go before the elders, telling them this is the situation with him and Ruth, and if Ruth's cousin doesn't want, then he will do the needful thing. And I woke up and I'm like, God, thank you, but I really don't know how to go about this. Like, I've never seen this person like this, in a loving kind of way. So just put the love in my heart. I have a heart full of love, but just put love for him in my heart, and let's see how this goes. And that was how we all started, calling every time, every day, talking on phone, bringing all the cute names and beautiful names and stuff. And another thing that to me was a confirmation that this is the man God wanted me to be with. I had told God that the man I will marry, there is no that we will not kiss until the wedding day. And when my husband started talking to me and told me his intentions, I told him, I said, see, I have boundaries. He said, let me tell you, the best we would do is hold hands, nothing more. And to me, that was it. Because this is my private prayer with God. Nobody knew about it. Yeah, because I loved kissing, like, yeah. So this was my private thing. So him saying that, I knew it was going to be tough, but we wanted to honor God. Now, another thing that confirmed, sometime in 2016, God told me, I'm giving you a new name. I'll call you Grace. I went straight onto my Facebook status because that's how I walk with God. When he tells me something, I'm sure I just dive in. I went onto my Facebook, I added Grace to my name, and on his part, when God was confirming to him, because he also had to do his check to be sure that this is really the lady God wants him to be with. So while he was doing his check, and God told him, this is what you're going to call her, Gigi, right? She's God's gift. And for me, now I have 2 G's in my name, which is Grizel and Grace. And like, a lot was just so, I mean, there were too many confirmations. We took it on from there. Now, about the date. Now, by the time we officially began all this, I think that was April, May, to be precise, May, I think so, when we're like, this is it, we're going to be looking at this. And then he was telling me, oh, we'll look at the marriage next year. And I was telling God, this marriage part that he's beginning to talk, I'm not sure it's you, because you were specific. You told me 22nd November 2018. And now if he's talking this way, I'm not sure, but I need you to really make this clear that this is the person you wanted me to be with. Now, coincidentally, my dad he's really not in Cameroon often, but that period he was in Cameroon, and he met my dad, and then he told me they had met, and they had to meet again, like officially now, like, okay, I'm interested in your daughter, this is it, because you need to do things right? The same thing like Boaz did things right. If a man wants to marry, he needs to do things right, not ashamed of you, and stuff. So he goes now to meet my dad, not with his people, and to discuss like this is that, or these are his plans. Maybe in December he'll come and do this and do that. And my dad is like, no, it can't be December. You have to do it in November, which is so strange. I mean, I just know it was God. My dad is like, no, it has to be November, because December, it's a busy period. It's a family time. It's a lot in my family in particular. December is not that time, no. And then when he came and told me, because I didn't say nothing, I told God, I said, I'm not going to tell him. You will have to do it the way you told me. And before I knew it, he came back, and then he told me, no, we have to do things in November and this and that. That's when I told him, I showed him my dream book, my diary, because I keep the stuff that God told me. And I'm really working on a good content in this life based on what God has also told me. And that was it. 22nd of November, we had our court wedding, and the next day we had. So it's been a beautiful love story. I love him so much. He loves me. We respect each other, and we just want to fulfill purpose. So that's our love story. That's how we met, and it's been a journey. With this past almost a year now, we've learned a lot, and I believe I've grown so much. The things that God taught me, I've learned a lot in a different way in this marriage. So thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Stay blessed. I love you.